Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the new Master Yi rework that's appearing on PBE. So it's not exactly a rework, but they are very huge changes that are going to change how we play Master Yi. I'm going to start with the E and the R because these are very minor changes, and then we're going to talk about the Q, which is huge. It's like actually a really big deal. So let's get into it. So E and R can now both be casted while you're in alpha. I know it sounds very minor, but there's a lot of times where you come out of alpha strike and your E isn't activated and it just feels very clunky. So we are getting some really nice quality of life buffs there, and I'm very happy to have those. Also, now the duration of Highlander and E both don't decrease during alpha strike. This is actually huge, because a lot of times we would hold on to alpha strike when killing tanks because we don't want to lose our E, because it's hard to kill a tank without E. Now, I know these changes sound very minor, but they're actually, in the grand scheme of things, they're very impactful and very important for our overall Yi gameplay. This also means that when we're killing camps in the jungle, we can use E on the first auto, alpha strike, come out of alpha, and we waste no duration on E. It's great. Just trust me, you guys are going to love this change, and I'm really happy that they're coming back and revisiting some of the more ancient pieces of Master Yi's kit. Let's get into the ability that is getting super big changes. The big reason that we're getting Q changes is because of Duskblade. Now, Duskblade has a very high win rate and low elo with Master Yi. In fact, maybe my editor can put up some of the win rates here. So if you're in Iron, I believe Yi has like a 50% ban rate and 55% win rate. It's insane. So naturally, something needs to give here because Duskblade is too powerful. In fact, even in the highest elo in Korea's server, Duskblade G is still the best build. So the new changes to Alpha Strike are actually targeted at nerfing Duskblade and trying to keep on hit Yi about the same. So let's look at the changes and what they're doing and how this is going to influence what Master Yi is building. So first of all, the damage on Alpha Strike is reduced. So at first, this looks kind of bad. We're losing damage for our jungle clear, all those other things, right? But you have to keep in mind that Alpha Strike will now apply on hit effects. So what this means is that your Wuju style, your Phantom your Rage Blade, and your Wit's End will all now apply their on hit effects to your Alpha Strike. Man, like Blade of the Ruined King, this is insane. Like, think about it. Like, this is kind of like a dream, because like Master Yi's Alpha Strike applying on hit effects is something that we've always wanted, but like it sounded too ridiculous to actually add, and now we actually get it. So that's really exciting. Now, the nerf is ability haste affects our Q cooldown per auto attack negatively. So what this means is that typically when you hit a champion or a monster, you lose one cooldown on your Q. However, now if you have ability haste, you lose less cooldown. I don't know the numbers yet because I haven't played with them, but the idea here is that because Duskblade gives you so much cooldown reduction, that now it's going to be much harder for you to get your Alpha Strike off a cooldown after you get a reset. So, let's answer some of the questions regarding this Q that you guys probably have. First of all, will Q stack your Double Strike? No. Double Strike is kind of like an on-attack, not an on-hit. It's very complicated, but the summary is that if you Alpha Strike, you're not going to get any stacks on your Double Strike. Also, you may be wondering, if I use my Alpha Strike on somebody, will I proc Kraken Slayer on them? No, because again, Kraken Slayer is an on-attack item, so you won't get the multiple stacks of Kraken Slayer. You may also be wondering, will my Alpha Strike suddenly do 500 true damage to somebody, right? Because, you're applying E on Alpha, bang, 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 bang. No, because Alpha Strike will actually reduce the true damage by 75% for each extra hit on the same target. So this means that you would do like 130 damage on the first hit, and then 30, 30, 30, right? So you're doing 210 damage. It's still huge, though. Applying true damage with E is huge. It's hard to explain. You may also be wondering about the early clear with Master Yi. So yes, because we do less bonus damage to monsters and we do less damage in general, our first leashless clear might be a little bit slower, because the initial red buff takes some oomph to kill, right? But once you hit level 2 and you get a point into Wuju style, you now apply your E to your Alpha Strike. So this makes up for some of the damage that we're losing, right? I don't know how this is exactly going to influence the clear, but we'll take it for a whirl and see how it is, and I'll keep you guys updated. But I have very high hopes for these changes here, and hopefully Duskblade gets some nerfs so that we can keep the Kraken build going, because I really like on-hit Master Yi. Anyway, what do you guys think? Is this just a direct buff to Master Yi? Do you think this is going to help nerf Duskblade? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? My opinion, I'm very excited for these changes, especially E and R. You cannot understand how huge those are, and I really love the idea of Alpha Strike applying on hits. Now, how much is Ability Haste going to hurt Master Yi? That's something we got to figure out. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys with some new Master Yi gameplay very soon.